We have had thousands of years to make a complete U-turn when it comes to homophobia, and every time I think that humanity might just have managed it, some bullshit like this comes and slaps me in the face and makes me hate the world again. Here we have a fine example of the indoctrination of children into the Christian faith and the acceptance of its ignorant principles. It is incredibly dangerous to make such abhorrent content and aim it at children who, after all, will be the leaders of the next generation's societies and governments. You can cry religious freedom all you like, but frankly, I don't give a flying godforsaken arse of a gay Mohammed. If you haven't yet been unlucky enough to come across this astonishing video, then allow me to present it to you here. Okay, I'm just gonna stop you there because they're quoting Matthew 19 on the title slate, but if we actually contextualise that part of the Bible, we'll find that it's got nothing to do with homosexuality and everything to do with the adversity of divorce. So I have no idea why they're trying to use this part of the Bible to support their argument, but let's carry on.
Mom, I drew our family in school today.
Oh, wow!
I didn't have time to finish Caleb's face. Carrie drew two mommies. She told me they're married to each other. My teacher says that all that matters is that people love each other and that they're happy.
Well, people have their own ideas about what is right and wrong.
Okay, good start. The people have different ideas of right and wrong, so we should respect these differences and accept each other's choices.
But what matters is how Jehovah feels.
Of course not.
He wants us to be happy, and he knows how we can be happiest. That's why he invented marriage the way he did.
You mean one man and one woman?
Exactly.
Yes, one man and one woman. Except for the multiple cases of polygamy dotted throughout the Bible, 15 of which are conveniently and alphabetically recorded here.
Look at Genesis 1:27. Jehovah created Adam and Eve, male and female.
Well, yes. Unfortunately, this doesn't support your argument. It's not homophobic to understand that, scientifically speaking, for children to be born, a male and a female must have sexual intercourse. I'm assuming that God knew this, so naturally he would employ a person of each gender to start populating the earth. This doesn't necessarily mean that he hates gays, just that he has a basic understanding of fundamental human biology. If I had the ability and the opportunity to populate a brand new planet with a new species, I too, being someone who fully accepts homosexuality, start with a male and a female. Because if I didn't, then there wouldn't be any people born to be gay in the first place.
Then in Genesis 2:24, he said that a man will stick to his wife.
Unless, of course, the man decides to, I don't know, have sex with his wife's slave or something, but of course, no one important actually does that in the Bible. Except fucking Abraham.
Later, Jesus said the same thing. Jehovah's standards haven't changed. It's kind of like going on an airplane. What would happen if someone wanted to bring something on the plane that wasn't allowed?
They couldn't go on their trip.
Right. It's the same with Jehovah.
Except it's not, is it, really? It may or may not have occurred to the writers of this cartoon, but there's a slight difference between two consenting adults having sex in the privacy of their own home and the possibility of a fucking bomb being brought on an aeroplane. Homosexuality is not a threat to national security. Bringing prohibited items onto an aeroplane is. What conclusion are you trying to draw?
He wants us to be his friend and live in paradise forever.
Unless, of course, well, let's see, you are gay, unable to prove that you're a virgin, eat fat, eat pork, eat shrimp, worship Kim Kardashian, say, oh my god, don't mutilate your penis, work on a Sunday, ignore a priest, ignore your parents, get a rounded haircut, shave your beard, or live in Palestine. Other than that, yeah, sure.
But we have to follow his standards to get there. At Matthew 7:13 and 14, it talks about the road leading to paradise.
Yes, this is a good one. Matthew 7:13 does indeed talk about the narrow path to heaven, but in the same fucking chapter, literally 17 verses beforehand, is the very famous, judge and you shall be judged. Look at this. Judge not, that you be not judged, for with the judgment you pronounce you will be judged, and with the measure you use it will be measured to you. Which is basically justification for me to make this video telling you, creator of this cartoon, that you're a fucking imbecile.
To get there, Jehovah says we have to leave some things behind. That means anything Jehovah doesn't approve of.
Well, then I wish Jehovah would be a bit fucking clearer about what he does approve of. With all the contradictions in the Bible, it looks like we're all fucked for the afterlife.
But I want everyone to get to paradise.
So does Jehovah. And you know what? People can change.
That includes you, you ignorant homophobe.
That's why we share his message. So, what can you say to Carrie?
Well, I could tell her about the paradise. I could tell her about the animals and the resurrection.
Or you could leave her the fuck alone, you ignorant homophobe.
That's awesome! Let's practice.
Yeah, awesome! Look, they just randomly opened the Bible to start learning more. Why don't we do the same? Thus, both the daughters of Lot became pregnant by their father. Let's go a bit further back. I do not permit a woman to teach or exercise authority over a man. Rather, she is to remain quiet. Third time's lucky, right? And I will make them eat the flesh of their sons and their daughters, and everyone shall eat the flesh of his neighbour in the siege and in the... Okay, maybe, probably not the best idea, actually. The main idea in this abhorrent video is that you should inflict your harmful and ignorant beliefs on others wherever possible. What we have here is, look kid, there's a few lines in this book that we've chosen to believe in that say homosexuality is wrong. Let's go and forcibly spread this message by knocking on people's doors and telling them that they shouldn't be gay. I want you to imagine for a second a Muslim talking to his child. Look kid, there are a few lines in this book that we've chosen to believe in that say that we should decapitate those who criticise Islam. Let's go and forcibly spread this message by knocking on people's doors and cutting their heads off. I assure you, if a Muslim was using the same repulsively intolerable logic as you are, you'd have a lot more to worry about than a knock on the door and an uncomfortable chat. Look, I respect everyone's right to hold opinions. That does not necessarily mean that I have to respect the opinions themselves. Speaking of which, if you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button down below, and if you didn't, then give it a thumbs down. But do be advised, for every dislike this video gets, I'll be donating an extra £10 to the LGBT Health and Wellbeing Society. Subscribe for more. I've been Alex O'Connor with jokethemotion.wordpress.com.